Alright, so we had a lot of racing this weekend for the Dover doubleheader weekend review. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this weekend. So, trucks happened this weekend. It's Friday. Not much really happened in the truck race, but Zane Smith got another win. So now Zane Smith has 2 wins. Not bad. Zane Smith could be making a solid case for himself in the truck chase. Maybe he can make some noise in the chase. Maybe even make it to the Final Four. So yeah, congrats to Zane Smith. Not a bad job for him. Xfinity Race also happened Saturday. I didn't even know it was an Xfinity doubleheader. I thought it was just one Xfinity race. But yeah, we also had an Xfinity doubleheader. So the Saturday race, pretty uneventful. Not a whole lot happened, but hey, Justin Allgaier finally won a race. Allgaier finally caught a fucking break. Thank God. There. Maybe Kamikaze will stop hating NASCAR less. But hey, now with Allgaier's win Saturday in Xfinity, this means Allgaier is now officially locked into the Xfinity chase. He should have a lot more wins this year, but it's been but I think really the reason Allgaier took this long for him to get a win, I think it's been a combination of Allgaier's bad luck and bullshit, and some bullshit screwing him over. I think it's also been a combination that Junior Motorsports has been really kind of shit this year. Like, other than Gregson's 2 wins that he pulled out of his ass, Junior Motorsports has been really dog shit this year. But yeah, Allgaier finally caught a break. Thank God. Now let's get to the Cup race. The Saturday Cup race. Nothing happened. Like, complete 3 hours of boredom. Like, I fell asleep for like the first 2 stages of the race. And missed nothing. Like, it got interesting when Hamlin got caught back in traffic. And Truex got the lead on pit strategy. And then when it looked like Kyle Busch was going to make a run at it, Kyle Busch then got a dead right front tire. And then all 4 of Truex's tires died. And Truex ended up losing his tires and Hamlin goes on by. And Denny Hamlin finally wins at Dover. And keep in mind, Dover has been considered as one of Hamlin's worst tracks. And he finally won at Dover. Damn. I thought Dover would have been for sure Hamlin's kryptonite. But it's not. There are times where, you know what, you'll get your best at some of your worst. But for Truex's tire failures, was it Truex's fault that he got loose? Absolutely not. It was Almirola's fault that he lost, because Almirola didn't let him by. Truex, you can keep crying wolf about Almirola all you want. You were losing to Hamlin regardless. But yeah, I do feel like Almirola should have let him by because he was the leader. And I've always said before, lab cars, if the leader is catching up to you and you know damn well they're faster than you, get the hell out of the way. And yeah, keep saying Almirola was fighting for a chase ball you want. If Almirola will just let Truex by, and Hamlin by too, Almirola was not going to gain or lose any positions if he just let him by. But it wouldn't matter anyway. Hamlin would have won regardless anyway. So yeah, not much happened in that race. But Jimmy Johnson got a 7th place run. And William Byron struggled, so that opens the points up for Jimmy Johnson after the first Dover race. So Jimmy Johnson needed to have a good run and some help to make a serious run at the chase. He got some help now. But we'll just continue on the weekend. So, Xfinity race number 2. It was interesting at first when all the good cars were at the back of the field. Chastain was able to get a stage win. But then once Chase Briscoe and Cindric and company came to the front, the race really went downhill. Like, Briscoe really was the class of the field today. Briscoe comes through and gets the win in a pretty uneventful Xfinity race. So now Briscoe's at 6 wins this year. So Briscoe has finally responded to Cindric's hot streak, saying, no, this is still my series and my title to lose. Cindric can take a back seat. So now So yeah, for Xfinity, yeah, they're looking like the title battle this year is still gonna be Cindric versus Briscoe. Who will come out on top? We'll have to find out in 2 months at Phoenix. And of course, today we had. Oh, actually, before we continue on, then the Saturday race in Xfinity. Not sure if anybody caught this, but before the race even started, we had Rick Allen probably pull one of his worst commentary botches ever. I'll show the photo here, where Rick Allen referred to a goddamn Ford Mustang as a Toyota Supra. And then NBC actually went along with it. You can't make this shit up. It's like, seriously, Rick Allen, what in the fuck are you doing? Like, how the fuck do you mistake this with this? You have to be a special kind of blind and retarded to mistake a goddamn Mustang with a fucking Supra. Those cars don't even look close to alike. Rick Allen, get your fucking head out of your ass and get your shit together, you goddamn bum. God damn it. God damn, NBC's really been fucking trash this year. God damn, it's more embarrassing when fucking Fox has been better than NBC this year. God damn it. Anyway, let us move on though, because we have a bigger race to talk about. Because today is the greatest day in racing. The Indy 500 was today. So Indy 500, it was the best race this weekend by a country mile. And that's not saying much. Like, there were a lot of hard crashes and a lot of tire failures. Like, James Davidson had a tire explode on him from his brake rotors and the tire caught on fire. Like, Jesus Christ, there are a lot of crashes, man. Especially Oliver Askew, who hit the wall hard after Connor Daly got loose, and then Askew tried to, swerve and avoid at full speed and just ended up losing control and hitting the wall hard, getting the wind knocked out of him. It was a very crazy race. But throughout this race, the main favorites in this race, it was mainly between Takuma Sato, Scott Dixon, and Alexander Rossi. And then Rossi got a bullshit penalty on pit road that forced him in the back, and then Rossi ended up in a crash that took him out of the race. But yeah, the main name of the game for this race was fuel mileage between Sato, and it ended up being between Dixon and Sato. Both of them exchanging the leads. It was a great battle. And then the race ended controversially when Spencer Pigot had a very terrible crash at the end. Like, I pray for Spencer Pigot, man. That was a very hard hit he took. That damaged the wall. And normally in this situation, you would think IndyCar would just red flag the race, fix the pit wall, and end this race under green for the fans watching. But IndyCar said, nope. We're ending the race under caution. So Takuma Sato, in controversial fashion, gets the win. His second Indy 500 win in 4 years. So within 4 years, Takuma Sato went from being a nobody to now being a 2-time Indy 500 champion. If anybody didn't know who he was before, well, you know him now. So that's now the second Indy 500 win for the country of Japan. Not bad. Not bad for Takuma Sato. I guess Takuma Sato has a thing for the big races. Damn, that was not bad. But yeah, everyone wondering how come Indy didn't throw the red flag and IndyCar throw the red flag and try and fix the wall and end the race under green. Well, I believe one of the main reasons I've heard was because of, TV time, and they wouldn't have enough time on the TV con deal to get the race in before they go into extra time. I believe that played a factor because IndyCar's TV scheduling is a lot more strict than NASCAR's, because NASCAR really doesn't give a fuck if they go past the scheduled time limit, where IndyCar sort of does give a damn. So yeah, there's that too. Well, I know for sure lack of sunlight wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, I think they should have at least tried to fix it a little bit and still end the race under green. Like, it's disappointing. I hate races that end under caution. It's disappointing. It's disappointing, but hey, it is what it is. Maybe next year we'll get a green flag finish for the Indy 500. Ain't the first time we had an Indy 500 end under yellow, and it sure as hell won't be the last time. But yeah, anyway, let us move on to the second Cup race at Dover. A race where not much happened. Race was completely dominated and won by, what do you know, fucking Harvick won again. Jesus Christ. As soon as Hamlin wins a race, Harvick immediately responds. Jesus Christ. The cycle of life. Harvick wins all 3 stages. Yep, despite Jimmy Johnson pulling a late race gamble and taking 2 tires late to stay out to get track position and get the lead, it still wasn't enough. Like, everyone wondered what my thoughts were on the call. I thought it was the right call there. I think, honestly, Jimmy taking 2 tires got what he would have. Like, if Jimmy took 4 tires, he would have finished a lot worse than where he actually finished on 2 tires. Because Jimmy was running around 6th there before they made that pit stop. And Jimmy ended up with a 3rd place finish. Which, hey, that's really good. Considering Jimmy's bad luck this year, I'll take a 3rd place this late in the season, because that's a good points day. Especially when Matt DiBenedetto struggled all day on point. And yeah, DiBenedetto had a lot of his big lead entering this weekend chunked off. But here's the one problem with Jimmy's top 5. William Byron just so happened to have a good run too, as Byron finished 4th. And actually, oddly enough, this was William Byron's first top 5 finish of the season. Yeah, damn. I thought William Byron had a top 5 or 2. I didn't know he didn't have a top 5 until now. Fuck. Yo, hey, it was a decent day for Hendrick despite Chase Elliott wrecking out early. Since Bowman also got a 5th place finish too, so we had 3 Hendrick cars in the top 5. They just need a little more speed, man. Solid run for Hendrick despite Chase's issues, but they need more speed, man. Fuck. So yeah, entering next week, yeah. Also with these runs, Eric Almirola, Kyle Busch, and Kurt Busch also mathematically locked themselves into the chase on points. So now we have 13 drivers locked into the chase, meaning at Daytona next Sunday, we have 3 spots up for grabs. Well, actually, it's mainly 2 spots since Clint Bowyer's like 57 points to the good. Like, Bowyer just needs a solid run. Like, if Bowyer gets like a good amount of stage points, Bowyer will pretty much lock himself in. Like, Bowyer's pretty much safe. It would take a goddamn epic collapse for Bowyer to miss the chase. So really, the main chase battle for on points is between Matt DiBenedetto, William Byron, and Jimmy Johnson for the last 2 chase spots. Everybody else below Jimmy Johnson in points is pretty much in a must-win scenario. So yeah. And also, a lot of things happen with this win for Harvick. Because this win for Kevin Harvick is Harvick's 56th career win, which ties Harvick with Kyle Busch for 9th on the all-time career wins list. Oh, Busch-sexuals, you said nobody could tie Kyle Busch. Well, guess what? Kevin Harvick's here to tell you to hold my nuggets, suck my dick. Also with this win, this is also Ford's 700th win in NASCAR. So hey, shout out to Ford, and congrats to Ford on 700 wins in NASCAR. That's actually very impressive. You're still 90 behind Chevrolet, but hey, congrats to the Fords on reaching that milestone in NASCAR. And also with Harvick's win, this is now the longest Kyle Busch has gone into a season without winning a race. Because the previous record was, it took till race 25 for Kyle Busch to get a win, which was all the way back in 2005 at Auto Club. And yes, Busch-sexuals, keep saying, all I say to that is, that shit funny to me. And yeah, Busch-sexuals, keep saying Kyle Busch is going to pull a Tony Stewart 2011. It ain't going to happen. only 11 more races from a Kyle Busch winless season. You know, Busch Sexuals, if Kyle Busch does end up with a winless season, I may or may not have something planned up my sleeve for him. And also with Harvick's win, Harvick also officially locks up the regular season championship. So now Harvick gets an additional 15 chase points. Harvick will be the points leader entering the chase, regardless of what happens at Daytona next Saturday night. And with that, it also snaps Kyle Busch's consecutive streak of back-to-back regular season championships. Better luck next year, Kyle. It was a great day for Kyle Busch haters. It's been a great year to really hate on Stat Patty Busch. Let's hope a winless season happens. But yeah, anyway, with all that said and done, let's take a look at the points entering Daytona, the final cutoff race. Also, we got F1 back next weekend for the race in Belgium. And I believe IndyCar's off next week. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I was too focused on the Indy 500 that I didn't check the schedule. But anyway, let's take a look at the points entering Daytona for the last two chase spots. So here are the points entering Daytona here. So Quinn Boyer, he's pretty much locked in at 57 points. It would take a miracle for him to miss the chase like I previously mentioned. Matt DiBenedetto lost a lot of ground, so he's 9 points out. 9 points to the good. So DiBenedetto just needs to finish ahead of Jimmy and have a solid run and stay out of trouble to make it in. And then 16th spot goes to William Byron, who's 4 points to the good. Jimmy Johnson enters 4 points out. So Jimmy, he just needs to stay out of trouble and hope either DiBenedetto or William Byron have issues to make the chase. Either that or win. Winning pretty much solves anything because this bullshit format's on winning your in deal. Anything can happen at Daytona, since Daytona is a wild card. So yeah, really no lead is safe at this point. Eric Jones, he's 50 points out. Pretty much at this point, Eric Jones and Reddick, they're both in must-win scenarios. Reddick definitely, because Reddick is pretty much mathematically eliminated. So the only way Reddick can make it in is win. And of course, along with everybody else, they're in win-or-go-home territory. And at Daytona, a wild card track where anybody has a chance to win, anything can happen. And also, before we end this off, one thing I should mention is that next week, Cole Custer can lock up Rookie of the Year if Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, and John Hunter Nemechek all fail to make the chase. Because the Rookie of the Year goes to the highest finishing rookie in points. And yeah, and Custer is the only rookie in the chase right now, so if none of the other rookies fail to make the chase, then Custer will have it locked up by default. But yeah, anyway, add one more thing before we go. Because we have 2 drivers today that have arrived at Elimination Station that have run the full season this year. Because it came to my attention that both Quinn Houff and Brandon Poole have both been mathematically eliminated from chase contention, as both drivers are mathematically unable to reach the top 30 in points entering Daytona. Even if they do win at Daytona, they still won't make the top 30, so they've been eliminated. And for that, they go somewhere different. So Quinn Houff and Brandon Poole, for your failures of having a good season, your failures of being in the top 30, your failures of consistently contending for wins, your failures of making the chase, your failures of competing to have a shot at a championship, consider your names written down in the death note, as all your hopes and dreams this season have been absolutely deleted, you goddamn bums.
There's only one thing left to do. Gotta write their names in the death note. Delete!
Delete. Delete. Delete, delete, delete. Delete, delete, delete. Deletion.
You will rest in peace.